Welcome to the Unitrends Solution Video Series. In this video, we will walk you through how to configure your Microsoft SQL backups using the Unitrends Backup software and the Recovery Series appliance solutions. But first, let's review a couple key items. Starting with when and when not to use the Unitrends agent. This video specifically walks you through how to configure Microsoft SQL backups using the Unitrends agent. However, if it is a virtual machine within VMware or Hyper-V, Unitrends does not require the use of agents. Please do reference the specific VMware and Hyper-V backup videos for those walkthroughs. But if it is a physical machine or a XenServer virtual machine, agents are required. Secondly, SQL can be configured in multiple types of cluster configurations: cluster shared volumes, traditional clusters, always-on clusters. Unitrends does offer support for multiple types. For specifics though, please do reference the Unitrends Administrator's Guide on what might be required to support those particular setups. And then lastly, again as identified, this will walk you through how to use the Unitrends agent for Microsoft SQL backups. But a separate SQL agent is not required. Once you deploy the Windows agent into your physical or virtual machine, it'll one, detect SQL is running on it, and two, provide the capabilities to back up those database types. With that said, let's go ahead and walk through how to set this up. So once you have the Unitrends Backup software or the Recovery Series appliance deployed on the network and configured, you would start by coming into Jobs, under Create, and select Backup. So once the backup wizard presents itself, you want to first change in the drop-down here from agent-based assets to SQL. So what this does now is list all of the SQL machines that we have detected. And as you drill into a particular machine, it'll identify the version of SQL, and even deeper, provide you a view of all the databases that have been picked up. Very simply, just select the databases you want to include in this backup, and then also take note with this checkbox to auto-include new databases. So if you're always adding new databases to your SQL servers and they require backups, with this checked, they will be picked up on the next scheduled run. Then you hit Next, and you want to identify your backup mode: fulls, fulls differentials, or fulls and transaction log backups. If you're familiar with the recovery models of SQL, simple or full, you'll know that with full, you'll want to do the transaction log backups. If you're running simple, it's not required, and the truncation is self-managed by SQL. So you pick your mode, and then pick the frequency of each mode type. So here you first specify when the full should run, days in the week, start time. Also have the option with the recurs every to set this at intervals at the hourly or minutes level. And at the bottom, if you do select transaction logs to occur from a backup standpoint, you also set the days in the week that should run, start time, and frequency throughout the day if you'd like. So then once you've identified the mode and the frequency of the backups, last and finally, hit Save, and you're now set to run your Microsoft SQL backups using the Unitrends Backup software and the Recovery Series appliance solutions. And that concludes this video on how to configure your Microsoft SQL backups using the Unitrends Backup software or the Recovery Series appliance solution. I do encourage you to check out the remainder of the video series for more helpful information, but thank you for taking the time to learn more about Unitrends.